Another ore match. Oh my god, Huntress. Let's go. All right, so this match comes to us from NGM with 1,600 hours, almost 1,700 at 1,693. And this is Huntress. Huntress, we just had a Billy review, and now Billy's my secondary, and now we have Huntress, who is literally the character I've soaked the most hours into in the game, the character I feel the most comfortable on. So I'm going to be able to teach you a lot, hopefully, a lot. There is backstory to this that is in the description. They've been only playing killer sporadically the past 6 months, and playing Huntress specifically has been a struggle to them under the new meta. So also, don't hesitate to roast me into oblivion. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I try not to make it like a roast thing. I try not to make it a roast thing. I try to make it like mostly constructive. Even when somebody's like sucking and doing something really bad, I'm like, okay, well, this went wrong because of this. Not like, I can't believe you did that. Or I just say, like, I don't really understand what your thought process was there. Yeah, Huntress is my wheelhouse. That is the character I feel the most comfortable with. I feel like she fits me like a glove, have the most hours on her. So I will hopefully be able to help you a lot with this. So let's get into it. Okay. You're using infantry concoction, which is good. You're using a fairly good build. You actually have slowdown. You're not one of those aura only huntresses, but you know, 3 of your perks are dedicated to aura. So yeah. Okay. Trying to get some fun shots. That's fine. Why you infantry belt? I was trying. I don't know either, but it's okay. I like the mid-game commentary. I appreciate that. Okay. Okay, for those of you who didn't watch the Billy video, I will say this for you guys here too. Huntress and Billy and other characters like them, it's like a wave of communication between the killer and the survivor, because the importance of how people dodge your hatchets is very, very different person to person. So like some people, they like to fan left, they like to fan right, they like to go out and then back in. But essentially everybody has their own kind of like methodology to how they dodge Huntress hatchets. So there's no way to know that without actually physically chasing them. Which is why, you know, add-ons like infantry belt help, because you can kind of just chuck some hatchets and see how they like to dodge. That way you can predict them more accurately and for the rest of the chase. So that's going to happen, and that's not really your fault. But, you know, playing the character a lot, you get an idea of how people typically like to dodge. So, yeah. If you want to see, like, me do, like, a demonstration of, like, how to, like, actually, like, how the main ways people dodge Huntress hatchets, the last Huntress match we did, Lost in Darks match review, I actually pull out Pixlr. I pull out Photoshop, and I start, like, drawing and stuff, and I show you every way that people typically dodge Huntress hatchets. So I would watch that video. Hey, Alran, I can. How are you, homie? My matches, oh, they were. My matches were really great. Really, really great. They're kind of intense, a lot, but they're really great. I appreciate you bunches, friend. Also, speaking, somebody was asking about Wesker stuff earlier, and I pivoted them towards Ace. But Alran I can is one of the leading minds when it comes to the Wesker player base. So also another great homie to follow and to check out if you're trying to get better at that character as well. See, not afraid to M1. I like that. No ego. Yeah, I played Wesker like 3 times today. You would have been proud of me. All good games, too. I was using your build, too, with Eruption. Eruption Pop. I liked it a fair bit. Okay, he got in the locker. I would have ready my hatchet here. Oh, he kind of hesitated. So it ended up working out. Oh, God. No Iron Maiden. Oh, that was so slow. Oh, that pained me. I'm one of those Huntresses that's addicted to Iron Maiden, so that hurt my soul to watch. Her default reload is so slow. Like, what on earth? Why? Okay. These are miserable for a lot of people lately. I don't think Newbie has been miserable for me. I think I just have some sweaty matches here and there that are very frustrating. For the most part, like 80% of the time, I wouldn't even say 90% of the time, I still enjoy the game. I just, you know, sometimes I get some sweaty matches that are really frustrating. Ooh, 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 I like that. That was good. Yeah, there was, you see her aura too. Why do you throw this? Why do you throw this hatchet? You see her aura. You know that you're not charged enough to hit this. If you had like Babushka Rose Root, maybe you could do that. That's why I like those add-ons, because they help you hit shots like this, like immediately after hitting someone. But like, you know you don't have the flight speed to hit that right now, but you throw it anyway. Yeah, that's just a wasted hatchet. Like, the difference between lob shots and hone shots is very important to understanding this character. Is that lob shots are to go up and over objects, whereas hone shots are meant to go straight and hit them. You needed a honed shot to hit that, which you just didn't have time to prepare, so there was no point to throw the hatchet. But if you have a lob shot, like she was over something, like she was behind something, you want to hit up and over it, yeah, use a lob shot. But that was, you needed a hone shot there. Gotta hit those shots though? Not if you're gonna miss and just waste time. Because what is time in DBD, everybody? What is match time in DBD? What does that translate to on the survivor side? What is, tell me class, what does match time relate to in DBD? Money? No. Time is money though, that's a different analogy. And DBD specifically, match time equals what? Gen time. Yes, thank you, Zan. Match time is gen time. So even small stuff like this, like throwing a hatchet and missing for no reason, you're like, oh, that's just like 3 seconds of downtime. That's 3 seconds on a gen somewhere. That adds up. And if you do it a lot, that's a habit. 3 seconds. 3 seconds. 3 seconds. That match time's gen time. That adds up. All I care about is fun is not winning. Well, that's different. I'm trying to help people get better and get more consistent results. That's what I'm trying to do. What about is Amanda over here? Give me a hard time. Guess you know where she's heading. She threw that, you're not even behind her. Glowing concoction value. Oh, and then floods on top of it. Oh, okay. So you know she likes to fan out, and most people like to fan out. Most people in this match currently like to fan out. So the rest of your chases for the rest of this match, you should be predicting that. And if you're not, that's going to be a thing I'm going to point out. If you're not predicting people to fan out when you're throwing hatchets for the rest of this match, that's going to be the problem. Okay. You're pretty sure there's only one person around, so that kick's not the worst. It's still probably better to just chase her, but that's not the worst idea. Okay. You see, what I'm noticing already, and it's not as big of a deal, but you have aura reading and you're still going for prediction shots. Prediction shots are used when you don't know where the survivor is and you're trying to, like, you know, catch them off guard by doing a prediction shot. You have aura reading, you have glowing concoction and floods of rage. You knew she hadn't passed in front of that window, but you still went for the prediction shot. I don't know if that's just like muscle memory coming through or what, but you knew you weren't going to hit that. And then you also knew you weren't going to hit the Claudette shot either in a similar situation. But you're still going for the shots as if you don't know where they're at and you're just going for a prediction shot. But you know she's not there. That was good. Send it down the line. Just M1 her now. Good, perfect. Yeah, if you have aura reading, so there is no ambiguity to where they are behind the wall. So don't try to predict where they are behind the wall if you can literally see them. You know? Much less throw a hatchet at it. And I get that instinct. If it's an instinct thing, I get it. Because I do that, but I don't use aura reading on Huntress very much. So I go for prediction shots like that. Where are you going? You see somebody going for the... Where are you going? There's somebody about to get the unhook! Well, they actually don't get that. She could have easily unhooked her and ran away. That was a misplay on her part. That was... She should have easily got that unhooked. Yeah, she had more than enough time to get that unhooked. That's a misplay on this Claudette's part. See, you know she likes to dodge left. You know that. You've watched that. You've had a chase with her. You know she likes to fan out. That's a thing she does. She's like, I go left when you throw hatchet at me. She just did it again, and it caught you off guard again. You need to throw where they're going to dodge and not where they are. And this is a problem that I still sometimes have. Because I like being super accurate. I'll throw where they are and not, like, my thing is, like, I don't miss hatchets on people as much as I miss hatchets because I, like, throw at objects, right? Like, I'll throw exactly where they are, but they'll be behind a tree, so I just clock the tree. Because I'm like, okay, well, they're there, right? So I'm just going to throw the hatchet at it. It's like, well, there's something in the way. It's stupid, you know? But, like, you're doing kind of like the invert of that, where it's just like, you can see them. They're out in the open. You know where they're going to dodge. You're just not throwing where they're dodging to. You're just throwing where they're at. You need to throw where they're going to dodge to, not where they're at. See, you hit that. I didn't need to tell you anything. That adjustment immediately. You know she likes to dodge left. You held the hatchet for like half a second longer and then threw it to the left. You know. You know. It just took you forever to get to that point. But you know. You're like, okay, this Claudette likes to dodge left. And you just waited it out. You're just like, okay, dodge left. You clocked her. Do that with everyone. There's a lot of time you've lost this match already because it took you so long to do that. But that's what you needed. Once again, that is going to be probably one of your main takeaways. You know she's behind the rock. You know she's not about to dodge out into the middle of that. You know that. You have glowing concoction. You have aura reading. You have her aura in front of you, and you're throwing the hatchet like she's about to pop back up in front of the pallet, but she's not. You can see her just camping there. You can see her just sitting there, not moving. You see her stationary. But you're making a prediction for something you could literally see not happening. Trigger happy. I think that's the perfect word. I was trying to find a way to put this as more concise. You are very, very trigger happy with your hatchets. You're honk throw, honk throw, honk throw, honk throw. You know, like, if you want to do that, like, once again, that is the reason I play Babushka Roseroot. It's a different play style. It takes some adjusting, but like, if you want to throw hatchets like crazy, that is the add-on combo for that playstyle. You raise it super quick, let's go super fast. If you want to play like that, there are add-ons for that. But you can't do that with her base kit. Because you have nothing that currently affects your flight speed or your readying of your hatchet at all. You don't have OCAF, you don't have Babushka, you don't have Roseroot, you don't have anything that affects the way her base kit works. You have normal hatchets right now. You just have more of them and they glow when you hit them. So if you can't be just like, you gotta cool it. Gotta be a little bit more patient. Don't be so trigger happy with the hatchets. Okay, so she now knows that you smacked her when she dodged left last time, so she's scared now. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna switch it up. So she dodged left and went back in. Once again, that's another thing. Write that down. Write that down. Write that down. You know, write it down. Okay, write it down in your head and be like, okay, well, now she knows that I know that she dodges left all the time. And now she's going to try to mix it up. Now you can predict that. You can predict that. And a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people just dodge the same way against Huntress literally forever. They're like, even if I keep getting hit, I'm going to keep dodging to the left. It's really funny. But that's not this Claudette. That's not this player. That's not how she plays. Which is why I find Huntress to be one of the most interesting and fun characters in the game. Because the way people play against her is so dynamic. Like, the interactions, even in the same chase against the same person, could be completely different from the last, which is just kiss. Very fun. Okay. Like, that's cute, but I don't really do anything for him. Ooh, nice. See, like you just come over there. You know, evolve the pallet. You turn. You see him. Thwack. Just let it go. You just go boom. That was cool. I like that. That was cool. I like that. Like, you're starting to call out the dodges. It just took you 3 gens to start calling out people's dodges, and it's a little too late. I think that's the problem. You were playing well in the mid game, but your early game was sloppy and not the perk. Your early game, there's somebody to your left. Why are you going? Oh, you hit? Oh my god! Let's go! There's somebody to your left, by the way, that is just going to go get that hook save. Well, that was a really cool shot. For the style points, yes. For efficiency, no. But for style points, that was amazing. Wow, yeah, there you go. Yeah, that'd be crazy if you did that. I know you're asking for a lot of Hunter-specific things because you're struggling with her, but the main reason you're losing this match is because you're letting them unhook uncontested. This is the second time you've done this in this match. I know it's kind of cringe and to be a back-to-back Andy to a lot of people, but you don't even have to, like, tunnel the guy that just came off hook. Just go after the unhooker. And even if then, like, you're at 2 gens, you need somebody dead. Tunnel. You know? Somebody needs to be dead by 2 gens. If they're not, you got to make that happen. So tunnel. Like, you have let people... Because, like, essentially, if you let people get the hook saves for free, and then you let them heal and reset for free, you just lose all your pressure. And it's not even like I'm not saying, like, go cross map to stop the unhook. Like, the guy was literally right there. Like, I don't say that to be demeaning, but, like, the guy was literally there. You said, I'm going to go for funny style shot, which was really cool, by the way. It was very cool. You went for funny style shot over, like, doing the efficient thing, which was stopping them from just getting the free unhook. That's the second time that that's happened. Like, you, especially as Huntress, who is very, very good at the hook. Like Bubba, Huntress, and Trickster are probably the 3 best characters in the game for, like, being at hook. And then probably, like, Billy after that. Very good characters at the hook. Very hard, very, very hard to, like, contest them at a hook. You're just kind of letting him unhook and heal and reset for free. Like, literally right next to you, too. Like, really right next to you, twice. That's why you're losing this, is because you're just giving up all your pressure. You're giving up all your pressure. And that does work. You taught me today. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could do that at this time. You taught me today. I have learned. It's my match review. That was a quick point. There is a thing that it's going to be very hard for me to describe. I'm just gonna screw it. We've already done this once today. There is a way you can, like, mix up how you throw your hatchets. It's gonna help you a lot. This won't take long. So, you were in that situation on Ormond where you were trying to, like, kind of like, she was at, like, a rock loop very similar to this, and you were trying to, like, you were readying your hatchet, trying to, like, hit over her, and then you, like, you throw, and that happens, and it wasn't really working out for you. Especially with a rock loop that's, like, that tall. Like, this one, it's kind of weird because you can very clearly see me on Borgo. But a rock loop that's, like, that tall, like, what you can do is throw your camera down and to the left. Throw your camera down and to the left, and it, like, confuses them. Because they're looking at you. You're looking at me. They're looking at me and you, like, because they're trying to react to my hatchet. They're trying to react to the hatchet and see what's going on, so they can dodge. But if I just look back, like if I just throw my camera down where I just walked and turn left back around, it confuses the heck out of them. It's almost like a moonwalk, but like for a millisecond. And when you're trying to dodge a hatchet, like it's scary to see him just suddenly be like, no, I'm here and I'm over here. So let's say that like there was a survivor like right here, right where I just threw that hatchet, like they're at the edge of the corner. If I'm chasing them around this loop and I do this, I'm just gonna throw my camera down and then just immediately snap back up and shoot him. Like literally just, okay, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Hatchet's ready, hatchet's ready. Throw down, around, and then I throw. And so many people get caught by that. So many people get caught by that. Obviously with this rock, it's a little too low. You can probably see me do it. But like the rock you were at on Ormond is a little taller, so you may be able to get away with that. But yeah, throw your camera down and then continue going around the loop. And it confuses the heck out of people. It really does. Because like they don't, like if they have a hard time seeing you, you can just wah. It's like a surprise shot. Like it really is. It's really like a surprise shot. And it throws them off. Also, something I'm not seeing you do now that I'm here is flicking. Let me go find a survivor actually. You're zoning a lot, but you're not flicking. Flicking is very, very important with Huntress. Very, very important with Huntress. So I have Cheryl here, right? And if she was a real, she's a bot, so she's gonna autopilot. But if she was a real player, she's looking at me, right? She's looking at me holding my hatchet and trying to react. But but like, in the event of a real player, there's kind of like a mind game happening here of just me being patient and her being scared. But what you should do as Huntress, to not give him as much info as possible at where you're gonna throw, because obviously, if I'm holding my hatchet straight up like this, she knows I'm looking at her and I'm trying to throw straight ahead. And maybe I'm trying to mix it up a little bit, but I'm basically trying to just throw straight ahead. Maybe catch a dodge, but she knows what I'm trying to do. You should be doing as Huntress, especially like in an open area like this, is aim like over here. Like don't look at her. Like don't give eye contact. Just kind of like look off to the right a little bit. Just like, oh, okay, I'm just, you know, I'm not looking at you. Then wah! and just suddenly snap back to them. Look to the left. Oh, I'm not looking at you. I'm not looking at you. Okay, I missed that one. But you get the point. Like, oh, I'm not looking at you. You don't see me. And then just snap back onto them. Because they don't... Like, they don't know where you're aiming. They don't know what you're trying to do. Like, they have no clue. Because, like, they're like, okay, are you going to flick back onto me? Are you trying to bait me out to run back in front of you? Like, what are you trying to do here? And, you know, the less information they have about what you're going to do, the better. So, yeah, implement flicking. Oh, you had that. You should be more patient. That was the right idea. Yeah, you got to be patient. That's why you're losing. That's like the main thing is why you're losing. You are impatient. You just chuck things. That was a double hit on that Nia, which would result in her down, and she's still healthy because you were impatient. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to bonk the heck out of the mic there. Apologies. I didn't bonk the mic, I bonked the filter, but, you know, it's all connected. Yeah, at this point, the match's not just kind of a runaway train. Nothing outside of like a 3-man slug will bring this back for you. And they're not grouped up anyway, so that's not going to happen. Who was that at? Your inner demons? Who are you throwing at? Your inner demons? If you had thrown that slightly more to the left, that would have hit him. I think that's what I'm talking about when it comes to your patience. You don't have patience. If you had held that for literally probably a millisecond longer and a little bit more to the left, you would have hit that. But because you're throwing just like the moment the hatchet comes into your hand, like you're missing so many shots you should just hit. And that would have been a really good one. That would have been sick. That would have been cool. Aim will finally fix. So right now her vertical angle is bugged or slightly changes. Really? You know what's funny? I play her and I don't notice. I did not notice. I did not notice that. Once again, you could have hit that. You just gotta wait a little bit. Did you instinctively try to kick the... Did you instinctively try to kick the finish gen? Don't worry, we didn't see it. We'll look away. We didn't see that. we didn't see that. Well, at least she's dead. So that's one person dead. Complaining about it for ages? Maybe I just adjusted really quickly. I may have noticed something was off, but I probably just assumed it was like... It was just me being rusty. And not like something's wrong with the game. I just blamed it on me. That's funny. I played her today and I was like, this feels good. This feels fine. Like, I didn't even think about anything. That's so sad, kicking the jet and immediately the other thing gets done. Yeah, I don't imagine you get more than a 1K here. Snipe lamps. Yeah, I don't. That's another thing. I don't really go for cross map or super long snipes that often. I'll do it if it's like optimal. I don't do it for fun, if that makes sense. Like if it's the right play, I'll do it. But I don't go out of my way to, if that makes sense. On Huntress, I'm kind of an efficiency machine. That's like the way I like to play her. I don't really like to. I'm not like a It's like when I'm on Billy. I usually play Billy to do fun and cool things. Huntress, I just play just because she feels good. That was a good duck on her part. Pixel lineups? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, the RPD. Yeah, the RPD. We can go up and over through that hole. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not that crazy about this character. Yeah, but you know, don't feel shame. Like at this point, you're probably just flustered because like you had a bad match and you're like, I could have done so much stuff better, but I'm not really sure what. It's a stressful it's a stressful, you know, it's a stressful mindset to be in, right? Or headspace. So I wouldn't blame yourself. You told me you don't show the end game perks, which is fine, because honestly, like with the last one, also on Ormond, weirdly enough, most of this came down to you. Number one takeaway. You know what I'm gonna say? I've been saying it the whole time. You are so trigger happy with your hatchets. There are quite literally hatchets that were easy hits. Easy hits. There are hatchets that were quite literally easy hits that you just completely forwent. Because you were just wanting to throw the hatchet the moment it got into your hand. And there is a place for lob shots. You just hit one on that Quinn super far away. Lob shots, as I call them, is where you just throw them the moment they come into your hand. Like, that's fine, but you want to do that. You're trying to do that every single time. Like, the moment the hatchet comes in your hand, you chuck it, right? And there's so many shots you miss because you're just trying to like hit them as soon as possible, and at the end of the day, you're just impatient. So like, and you're not only is this a Huntress problem, this is a killer problem with like any sort of like skill-based M2 like period. Like, there are plenty of Weskers I watch, which I'm sure Auron watches a lot of other Weskers that also do this. That just want to just like they pull out their M2 and then they just like they yeet at them right away. They bound and they just miss, and then they try to recorrect it and they miss the second one, and they just end up looking stupid, right? Because they're just so eager to hit the M2 that they're not thinking about actually aiming. They're not thinking about like they're not reacting to what the survivor in front of them is doing. They just ready the power and go, right? So when you have a power like Huntresses, like Weskers, like even Hillbilly. Well, not even not Hillbilly, because Hillbilly, you gotta charge your bar. But yeah, like characters with powers that are, or like M2s that are skillful that you can let go right away, make sure you're being patient and actually like reacting to what the survivor's doing. Don't be out here just like, huck throw, because like you're like, with more patience, you would have hit so many more shots in this match just by waiting a second. But you were so eager to hit your hatchets that you ended up missing most of your hatchets, which is not good. Even with infantry belt, it didn't seem to matter too much. Even with infantry belt, you're just missing so much. And that time adds up. Like I was saying, 3 seconds, 3 seconds, 3 seconds, 3 seconds, 3 seconds. That adds up after a while. That adds up after a while. All that time. That equals all gens done. That equals all gens done. Obviously, there's a lot of Huntress stuff that you need to incorporate into your repertoire that you are not doing that helps you hit these hatchets. You're not flicking at all. Flicking's super important. You're not doing a lot of like mind games when it comes to your, like I showed you the one where you can tilt your head down real quick and curve around a corner. That's a good one. You're not doing even like a lot of just basic like moonwalk mind games to hit your hatchet at the last second. You're not really mind gaming a lot. You're giving the survivors a lot of info on where you're going to throw your hatchet, which is also another reason your hatchets miss a lot, because essentially every single chase in this game boiled down to the dodge mind game, which is like, you know, what I was talking about with Claudette always likes to fan left, and then she adjusted and started to fan, you know, in and out. Like, that was the only chase environment you had the entire match. That is not the only way a chase goes against a Huntress, but that was the only scenario you ever encountered, because you didn't really mind game a whole lot, and you didn't flick or anything, and you didn't really zone either. You didn't really zone that much either. Because, you know, obviously you couldn't, because your hatchets were out of your hand the moment you brought them up. So there's no such thing as zoning if your hatchets aren't up very often. So you missed out on zoning, you missed out on mind games, and that is why they dodged you so much. That is why they dodged you so much, or why you got dodged so much. Is because, like, you weren't really doing any of the extra stuff, like the mind games and zoning that makes a lot of these hatchets guarantees. You're literally huck throw, and that's it. So I don't think I wouldn't be surprised, I am not surprised that the match went the way it did, and that they were able to dodge you. They weren't doing anything crazy or super good. They just you just were very predictable. I think at the end of the day, I think you were a very, very predictable Huntress. So they were just easily able to predict what was coming. So, you know, like I said, main takeaways: slow down on the hatchets, hold it for a second. I guarantee you'll realize, oh, hey, if I just held this for a little bit and been a bit more patient, a shot opened up that I didn't have before. Second, make sure you implement zoning and mind games into your repertoire, because right now you are currently way too predictable with a character that's based on catching people by surprise or being so skillful that they could not, they cannot dodge you. You need to implement mind games and zoning, because you're currently not doing that either. So those would be my two main takeaways.